Battlecast is a unique tower defense game, and throughout it, you receive more and more units, some worthless, well most worthless, and others somewhat useful. So Ponos has never really adjusted any of the unit stats so that they can have a chance to see the light of day. But to be fair, Battlecast is like a single player game. It's not like every unit needs a chance, or it's too powerful to the point that it can make the weak Ponos developers put onto the stages to be rolled by just a single unit. And when there is an overpowered unit, then just make the enemy stronger. God, I love Ponos! But surprisingly, there has been a couple of times where Ponos has actually went out of their way to nerf a unit. So today, that's what we're going to talk about. Let's begin. Nerdcat surprisingly has gotten a nerf. Prior to version 4.7, Nerdcat had his typical range of 1200, which, you know, he always had. But what he didn't have was long range. That basically meant that he had 0 blind spots at all and would attack the closest enemy to him on his first form. And on his second form, he would attack all units on his range. That honestly sounds really fun to use. It's kind of like a homemade cat cannon or like better version of Mega Cat. But you know how Nerdcat is. Like, although he did have like a huge range with an area attack, he still had like a terrible DPS of like 600 on level 30. Wait, his DPS was half of his current prior to the long distance change, so it was actually 300. And even then, you couldn't level him up further than 30 because like cat size didn't even exist during the time up until version 4.5. So good luck having his ass at level 30. Now, did this nerf occur because Ponos believed that Nerdcat was too overpowered for stages? Or was it because long range was non-existent, so Nerdcat long area damage wasn't a top priority compared to adding new stages and mechanics into a still brand new game during this time period? Nah, he was too good. They definitely nerfed him. Hey, just real quick, if you want to support the channel, you can subscribe if you want. Thank you. Okay, you want to see a real nerf? Monaro is a unit from the Ultra Soul that has a 30% chance to freeze Red and Angels for 2.3 seconds in its first form, and 3.3 seconds in its second form. Now I want to talk specifically about its second form. Now in Momotaro's second form, his time between attacks is 4.5 seconds, which is low-key really good for a freeze that it lasts more than 3 seconds. But before the 2.9 update, his time between attacks is 2.8 seconds, which is 66% faster. So with an attack speed of 2.8 seconds and having a 30% chance to freeze for 3.3 seconds. Well, damn, red typing is already being power creep before Tin Cat even existed. I know it only lasted up to the 2.9 update, hell, even Into the Future wasn't even out. But Momotaro's second form was already more than powerful during the available stories of Legends at the time, both against Red and Angel. And I'm sorry if I'm only been talking about the benefits of the shorter attack rate on his abilities. I haven't even talked about his insanely improved damage. On his level 30 second form, the guy had a DPS of 4,500 with a range of 405. His low cost and fast cooldown, he was like extremely welcome. Momotaro today is still good than ever, but one can only dream of what it would be like if Ponos hadn't nerfed him. Dark Laser is one of the special cats you can purchase with cat food, in which her purpose is to be the fast melee attacker that is strong against red and black. Now, before the 3.6 version of the battle cats, Laser, rather than having a single target, had area attack. And to be honest, I don't know if it's like a huge buff. Since I said it before, she's a melee attacker with an attack frequency of 0.4 seconds. The only moment I can truly see her potential is when like a horde of peons are coming after her. I'm talking about like a lot of peons. And yeah, even though the nerf did kind of suck, Pono will later, whether intentional or not, give her wave ability. And I think her wave ability is way more fun compared to her area. I don't know how to end this since the viewer retention will go down after this, so I just want to say that if I somehow forgot some unit nerfs, I want to hear them. And if you enjoyed the video, then thank you. Take care and stay optimistic.